Muckleston in Brockwell is by far my favorite butcher shop. Located just outside of the Bywood Market in Beechwood, this is where I come to talk about meat. Oh, hey Andrew, how you doing?
Hey, excellent. How about yourself?
Very good, very good. What do we got cooking today?
Well, today you just happened to come in when I was about to make some sausages.
Sausages, man. I've never made that before.
Doing a little Lincolnshire.
Yeah, Lincolnshire. What's that?
Yeah, traditional English sausage. Got the recipe from British Butcher. I went back
Awesome, awesome. So I guess that's the spice mix we're going to be using today?
Yes, it is.
What's in that?
So you're going to have a little bit of white pepper, a little bit of black pepper, some sage, salt, allspice, and nutmeg.
Let's get started.
Yeah, for sure. So I just happen to have some pork here already ground up, ready to go. And it's a 70-30 mixture is what we do. Obviously meat to fat.
Okay.
And
so 30% fat, which allows it to be more juicy, I guess? Or?
Keeps it moist. It doesn't dry out.
The next part would be the casings?
So we have the casings here. They're already soaking. So they come in a salted brine, so you have to soak them before you use them. Because then they'll be kind of almost dryish, but like tight. So you want them to be loose. So.
Oh, and those look like natural casings?
Yes, they're the hog casings, yeah.
Okay, so I mean, nowadays we see a lot of artificial casings on sausages, and what is the major difference between
Well, I find using a real casing, you get a really good snap off it, right? So it doesn't break, it's easier stuff, it holds better, you know?
Well, I mean, that's a big part of when you eat a sausage, you want it to have that snap, so that's awesome. Okay, cool, so let's get started.
All right, so now you got the mixture right here. So you're going to just spread it out a bit. Do you want to go ahead and do this?
Sure. Yeah. Do you want me to spread it out?
Yeah, spread it all out a bit.
All right.
So I'm just going to grab a little bit of water. You're going to need to mix the spice.
Sure.
You just need about a cup of water. Just because we're doing about a 10-pound batch.
So the cup of water is going to do exactly...
Oh, it just helps the spice mixture really absorb into the meat, right?
Okay.
You want to work with it. You don't want clumps of dried spice.
No, that makes sense.
But you don't want too much water.
Okay. So what is the next step then?
So now I take the spice, dump it in with the water.
All right.
And then I'll just give it a good little mix. So now you're going to dump it in into the pork. But you want to mix it in really well. You want to almost like knead the pork like dough.
All right, so obviously you need to give it a good kneading, get those flavors throughout this 70-30 mixture. It's always fun using your hands in the butcher shop, right?
Yeah, you know what keeps your hands nice and smooth, right?
That fat acts as a natural moisturizer, to say the least. Yeah. How long would you have to mix this mixture so that it's properly incorporated?
Well, I like to do it, just a minute or two, but just really make sure it's just really blended in well. Like, exactly. Kind of fold it all in. And once you see it looks like it's all been kind of dispersed all over.
Yeah, no spice pockets.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so what's the next step, Andrew?
So now we're gonna actually put the meat into the stuffer.
Okay, perfect. All right.
So I'll hang on to it here while you load up.
Awesome.
Push it right down, make sure it's nice and push down once it's started to be loaded in.
You guys do lots of manual cutting of your meat and stuffing of your sausages, obviously, which is, which kind of differs you from lots of the big producers, which is really nice.
We're a whole animal butcher shop, so we deal directly with the farms.
Right.
And
that's awesome.
We break carcass, so.
Cool. So, I mean, you've been doing butchery for quite a while now, haven't you?
Oh, like 15 years now. Started when I was younger, but then got out when there were restaurants and stuff.
You always missed it,
yeah. So I went back. I've always been food driven, but it's I just like using the raw product, making something nice, and having people enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just one of those things. I don't know.
Well, you know what, and I think part of it is passion, right? I mean, that's what brings you and brings me here. Is the passion that you guys do. The manual stuff, and you do it like the old times. And I think that passion really shines in your product, and that's why you guys are my favorite butcher shop.
Hey, amazing. Well, thank you.
All right. So now, what's the next step?
So now you're going to take this.
All right.
You might want to actually just rinse your hands off real quick, just so. So now you're going to take this and you're going to put it in here. But there's a little hooks right here.
Okay.
You want to hook them on these.
All right.
Let me lift this up for you.
Excellent. Okay, we're hooked on.
And now what you're going to do is you're going to push this down over this.
Okay. And that's going to hold the unit?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. And now you're going to take this, like so the wheel, like this, and put it on this one.
Okay.
And then push down. You're gonna get all the air out. You'll hear all the air, but you actually want to put your one hand here.
Okay.
Block that. You're gonna hear the air.
So now we're compressing
okay, that's good.
The pork.
Don't let go over hard though, because it's spring loaded, so it does spin around.
Okay.
So that's good. Now you want to lift it back up. Now you want to move it over to this one.
Okay, excellent.
There you go. Now you're just gonna want to start turning slowly, but you want to make sure, you still have your hand on the end.
Okay.
Just give it one more go to make sure the air comes all out.
So we'll just take this.
Yeah, take that. We'll make pies or something with that after a little while.
Yeah, that's good.
Now you're going to want to grab the casing or the water, but you want to peel. Just slide it right off of the that little quick sleeve.
I guess these things are pretty durable, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. So
I don't need to worry to rip them.
No, so that's good. Just put it in, just kind of shake it, just so it gets all the water hits it, so it's not as dry, because it does. It comes from a salted brine.
Right. Okay.
So take that and just dip it in, get some water in. So the water runs through the whole casing, because then if it's too dry, it will it tears and stuff. It doesn't really come off.
So that helps prevent that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now you're gonna just put that on the end.
Oh man, I'm very excited to be doing this. I mean, never done this before.
Oh, it's very exciting. It's fun stuff, you know.
Yeah.
You enjoy doing it. It's nice when you actually make a product yourself, like a sausage. It's completely different than
That's exciting.
Some of the manufactured stuff. So I would just cut it off there then for now.
Okay, so we're gonna stop.
So take the knife.
Yep.
Just cut off right about here. Okay. So now what you do is I would just go like this first, give it one more little turn.
You know what, I'm gonna let you show me this time. How about we do that?
Sure. So what I do is I go like this one more time.
Again, get the rest of the air out.
Yeah,
again.
because if you get a lot of air in it, it becomes, it just blows up a bit.
Yeah.
You don't want pockets in, so what I do.
Excellent. So knotting it at the end obviously will mean that that's the last link.
Yeah, this is like, exactly. So you just, and that way then it stops the end from coming out.
Yeah, because now we're going to be applying all the pressure to the casing.
Yeah. So what I do is you don't hold it really tight. You just gotta kind of just
Guide
hold it.
it?
Yeah, give it a little.
Guiding it?
Yeah, exactly. Just give it a little bit of, just a little bit of pressure, and then you just go like this.
Wow, look at that. That's.
So I just go like that, and then.
Wow, that's awesome.
So what I do is I take this little bit of, because you just want to put a knot in this end too.
Okay. So we're just ensuring that it's not going to bust out either end.
Right, and then what you do after is you look for air bubbles in it first.
Okay.
And we have a little, it's like it's called a sausage poker, like it.
Right.
Just pokes. You just use it to poke the air out. That way, then it. Because what happens if you're cooking it with the air pockets?
Yeah.
Then all the grease kind of builds up in there, and you go eat it. It's like,
okay, and that's what happens when the meat snaps and then you burn yourself because you got all this pork fat.
Exactly.
All right.
So I like to go like this first, just to make sure.
So coil it up to check for air pockets.
So this sausage here looks pretty good, but technically what I do is if there's an air pocket, you just give it a little poke.
Okay.
Just like that, and it takes all the air out, right? So that when you go to link, it doesn't have these little pockets of grease, right? So
I guess that'll help it from exploding too when you're cooking the.
Yeah, it definitely. But you also don't want to be poking it when you're cooking it. So now, do you want to see the link now, or do you want to wait for the link after?
Yeah, let's do a link.
Okay.
Let's do a link.
It's it's a little. I'll show you the way we do it, but most people just twist it.
Yeah.
But I like to go like roughly about 6 inches.
Okay, so you're marking it. Oh wow.
So I go like that, and I go 3, like that, but then.
Wow. Okay.
And so you have it like that. So you know, it's there's other ways of doing it, but
15 years of experience comes into play when you're trying to make sausage links. Apparently,
you make a lot of sausage. Yeah, eventually this becomes
natural.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're just gonna keep rotating.
Yeah, what I do is then you hang them after. You gotta let them hang for 24 hours.
Okay.
After, because then it's the air hits the casing. It dries up a bit more, so it doesn't. The ends don't open up when you cut them and stuff.
Awesome. So after the 24 hours of resting, let's call it, they're ready to be.
Yeah, put in the counter.
Put in the counter. So you cut them at these points.
Yeah.
And then they're good to go.
Yeah. So you want to give it a try?
Oh, 15 years of experience. I ain't got that. I think I'm gonna have to pass. But you know, I have to ask you. I mean, being a food blogger and on social media, one of my most common questions is, can I go to a butcher, buy an affordable cut, especially beef, and have a great meal, right? So I mean, what would you suggest, or what are the offcuts that are, you know, a little bit more affordable but still offer amazing flavor?
Cuts like skirt steak, stuff like that, where it's the price point, it might not be as cheap, but what it is it's a thinner steak, but it's bigger piece.
And I think the most important part when you're doing skirt steak is cooking it right. You don't want to overcook it because it'll be a little bit too tough. So it's cooking it to, you know, that medium rare is really perfect. one of the things and one of the reasons I come here is for dry aged beef, right? It's not very common anymore. So you guys do dry aged beef, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. So we have a rotation with our farm, our beef farm, and so when we receive it every week, but it's already been hung for 30 days minimum.
Okay.
So anywhere from 30 to 40 days, we already get it. Now, that's right when the flavors develop. It's ready to go when we get it.
Right.
But we do like to put another week or two.
Yeah.
So we can do maybe, some of this 50, 60 day age on it.
Yeah.
But after that, I think it's becoming a bit strong.
Yeah, well actually, I've had up to 120 day dry aged beef, and I mean, it's almost, going close to like a Parmesan taste, which is not really that beef flavor that we seek.
Yeah.
But that 60-day range is something that offers like an intense flavor, and that's the best part about dry aging.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have to tell you, the community of Beechwood is really lucky to have a butcher shop like you.
I can be happy to be here. They're very supportive, and it's just a great people. It's like a small town, but in Ottawa.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to purchasing my next cut next week.